Hello there. It's been a very strange weekend. I wanted the weekend off. I pre planned everything, although I did screw up my scheduling slightly, but I pre planned everything. So I could literally have a weekend sitting down on the couch, blobbing out, doing nothing except playing on the PlayStation. And yet on Sunday, for some really awful reason, whenever I checked anything online, I got greeted with the visage of Christopher Luxon. Seems that they've really gone into overdrive to try and humanize the leader of the opposition. And there's been some mixed results. So, for a start, there was this interesting puff piece about what happens when you get to know the real Christopher Luxon that ran in the Post, formerly the Dominion Post, but apparently
Nobody has dominion over them.
which is a very cool line, I have to admit, for a name change. But this is a puff piece about how wonderful Mr. Luxon is. He's a little weird, but when you get to know him, he's a really nice guy. That was also followed by a story about photos of Christopher Luxon as a child. It was an actual standalone story. And I still don't know why. Like, it's weird. Like, it is just literally weird. Now, one of the things that actually came out during that puff piece on him, though, was that he used to work in a deodorant company. Like, he used to be CEO or head of marketing, I think it was, or head of branding, something like that. He signed off on these incredibly sexist ads about men's dolls. These men don't sweat because they've got no spine. There's Mama's Boy and the Wuss and the Kiss Ass. Yeah, it's ah, he signed off on those. It's really weird and like super creepy. And I certainly hope that he has learned his lesson that that's not the way to go about marketing these things. Those aired during the Super Bowl. Then on top of that, Luxon and Shane Retty, the National Party spokesperson for health, they got snapped telling a pretty big lie about the number of nurses that we've got in this country leaving at the moment. They claim 19,000 nurses had up and left. But that 19,000, according to the Ministry of Health, is actually the number of nurses that have left their positions. Doesn't mean that they've left the industry or no longer work within the field of medicine or have left the country. They might have swapped from working somewhere like Wellington to Auckland or gone from something like a hospital to a nursing home, but they've up and left the position. Those numbers are just way out wrong, and they got called out from that from the Minister of Health, One News, and it just seems like everywhere that we're looking today, everywhere I'm looking today, Luxon is everywhere, which goes to show that the campaign has really kicked off. We've only got 5 months now until the election, and trying to humanize politicians is a really big part of that campaign strategy. And you'll find a lot of the feedback that comes through specifically around Christopher Luxon is that people don't know him to like him. So to like him, you've got to get to know him. And that actually makes a lot of sense. But when it all hits at once, oh my god, it's just a lot to deal with. It's really frustrating. Also, quick side note, he's been leader of the opposition for a while now. We shouldn't have to wait till 5 months before the election to get to know him. Anyway, I'm going to go and log off now and go and finish playing computer games for the rest of the night while I still have some weekend left.